Good morning students. Hope all of you are doing well. Today I am going to discuss about the chapter 2 physical quantities and measurement chapter, the worksheet. Check your progress question answer. Okay. So let's see the first question of our worksheet. So write true or false, correct the false statements. Okay. So first question is the density of irregular solids can be determined with the help of a Eureka can. So students, in previous class already we learned about that we are using the Eureka can or graduated cylinder to measure the volume of a irregular solid, not the density. Okay, because for density we have to measure the mass at first and then volume, then we will get mass divided by volume, then we will get density. Okay, so when you will do mass divided by volume, then we will get density. So density of an irregular solid can be determined with the help of a Eureka can. This statement is false. Okay, and what is the correct the false statement? So instead of density, you cross it and write down that volume. So volume of irregular solid can be determined with the help of a Eureka can. Okay, so let's question the drop in the level of water in a measuring cylinder when an object is placed in it gives the volume of the object. So you know that when you put that water inside of a measuring cylinder, and after that when you place the object inside it, the water level will raise, not the drop. So the drop in the level of water, so this statement is also false. So what is the correct statement? The raise, so you cross it, this one, and instead of write down raise in the level of water in a measuring cylinder when an object is placed in it gives the volume of the object. Okay, so question number 3, the Eureka can is a container with a spout near its bottom. So, no, this statement also is a false statement. So you write down here is a false. So what is the correct statement? Eureka can is a container with a spout top near its top. Okay, so you cross it and you write down top, because you see this picture. See here that spout is near the top of the container. Okay, so see here, so that statement is a false statement, and the correct statement is that a Eureka can is a container with a spout near its top. Okay, so top is the correct one. So in first option, the correct statement is that volume, and second one that raise in the level of water, and number third is the top. Okay, so now today. So let us recapitulate how the density of a regular solid can be calculated. So that first part of this chapter today we will recapitulate. So that first things you have to remember: the density of pure water at 4 degrees centigrade is equal to 1 gram per centimeter cube, or you can say 1 gram per ml, or 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 ml. You please remember these things. And density of pure water at 4 degrees centigrade is 1 gram per centimeter cube. What is the means of that? Which means that 1 gram of water at 4 degrees centigrade occupies a volume of 1 centimeter cube. So at 4 degrees centigrade, 1 gram of water occupies the volume of 1 gram centimeter cube. Is that density of pure water at 4 degrees centigrade is 1 gram per centimeter cube. Okay. So that volume of a cube, so if you take the regular solids, so that time we are using the formula. So volume of a cube is equal to length to the power cube, or you can write down side into side into side, or volume of a cuboid is equal to length into breadth into height, and unit of density is equal to kg per meter cube, or you can say gram per centimeter cube. This is a SI unit and this is the CGS unit, okay, of density. And the formula is very important. Density is equal to mass per unit volume. So mass divided by volume. What is Eureka can? Eureka can is a can that was designed by Archimedes to measure the volume of irregular objects. Okay. Okay, how to determine that density of a liquid? The mass of the empty container is if m1, and mass of the cylinder filled with liquid m2, that mass of the liquid is equal to, when you subtract m2 minus m1, so because mass of the empty cylinder is m1 and mass of the cylinder plus that water is equal to m2, so mass of the liquid is equal to m2 minus m1, so volume of the liquid is equal to v, so density of the liquid is equal to mass per unit volume, so m by v. So in this process we can find out to determine the density of a liquid. So you please remember it, because for numerical problems it is very helpful to find out that density of the liquid. Okay. To measure the density of an irregular solid using a graduated cylinder, so initially level of water is V1, final level of water is V2. So final level means after putting that irregular solid in that container, in that cylinder, that water level is rises up, so a final volume level of water is V2. So volume of the water displaced is equal to volume of an irregular solid, so V. So V is equal to V2 minus V1. So mass of an irregular solid is equal to mass M. So density of an irregular solid is equal to mass per unit volume, so M by V. So a Greek mathematician Archimedes discovered that when an object is immersed in a liquid, it displaces a liquid equivalent to its volume. Okay, so this information you please remember it. And what is that? Archimedes principle states that when an object is completely or partially immersed in a fluid, means liquid, so it experiences an upward force that is equal to the weight of that fluid displaced by the object. Okay. So for this numerical problem, this information is required, so please you remember it. And okay, let's see the first numerical problem. When a solid is immersed in a measuring cylinder, the water level rises by 24 ml if the weight of the solid is 144 gram. Find its density. So mass of the solid equals to 144 gram. Volume of the solid is rise in water level, so 24 ml. So means 24 centimeter cube, because we know that already 1 ml is equal to 1 centimeter cube. So density of the solid is equal to mass per unit volume. So mass divided by volume, so 144 gram per divided by 24 centimeter cube, so 6 gram per centimeter cube is the answer. So let's see the question number 2. A metallic block of volume of 9 meter cube weighs 63,720 kg. Okay, so mass is given and volume is given. What is the density of the metal? So we know that density is equal to mass per unit volume, so density is equal to mass by divided by volume. So 63,720 kg by divided by 9 meter cube, so 7,080 kg per meter cube. So this is the density of that metal. Question number 3. A container filled with 60 centimeter cube of liquid weighs 90 gram. The container alone weight is 72 gram. Find the density of liquid. So mass of empty container is equal to 72 gram. Mass of the container plus liquid is equal to 90 gram. So if you subtract 72 gram from 90 gram, then you will get mass of liquid. So mass of liquid is equal to 90 minus 7 mass of the container. So 90 minus 72, so means 18 gram. So volume of liquid is equal to 60 centimeter cube. This information is given. So the density of liquid is equal to mass of liquid divided by volume of liquid. So 80 gram divided by 60 centimeter cube, so 0.3 gram per centimeter cube is the answer. Okay, so density of liquid is equal to 0.3 gram per centimeter cube. Question number 4. A measuring cylinder is filled with 50 ml of water. A stone with mass 300 gram is then lowered in the cylinder, the water level rises to 80 ml. So after putting the stone inside of the cylinder, the water level rises up to 80 ml. So determine the density of the solid. So mass of the stone is equal to 300 gram. Initial level of water V1 is equal to 50 ml. Final level, so after putting the stone inside of a cylinder, the final level of water is equal to V2. So volume of water displaced is equal to volume of stone. So how much water displaced, so means how much water rises, that quantity is that volume of stone. So V is equal to V2 minus V1, so 80 ml minus 50 ml, so means 30 ml. So the density of the stone is equal to, you know that the density is equal to mass per unit volume. So 300 gram by 30 ml, so means 10 gram per ml by 10 gram per centimeter cube. Okay. So let's see question number 5. A piece of a solid has a mass of 10 gram. When it is completely immersed in water, the water level rises by 5 ml. So you see that mass is given 10 gram. So at first you write down mass of a solid is equal to 10 gram. Volume of the solid means rise in the in water level. So how much water level rises, that level, that much is that volume of the solid. So 5 ml, or you can write down 5 centimeter cube. So the density of the solid is equal to mass per unit volume. So mass divided by volume. So 10 gram divided by 5 centimeter cube. So means 2 gram per centimeter cube. So density of the solid is equal to 2 gram per centimeter cube. So a rectangular piece of wood measures 4 centimeter by 6 centimeter by 8 centimeter and has a mass of 20 gram. What is the density of piece of wood? So if you see, notice that one things, rectangular piece, so this is not a irregular shape, this is a regular piece of things. So we can use that formula. What formula you remember that students? So it's you see that the 3 dimension is given and 3 is different. So it is not a cube, because in cube all sides are equals. So this is a cubic, so cuboid. This is a cuboid because that's all measuring dimension are different. So we can use that formula, length into breadth into height. So that way we can find out the volume of the rectangular piece of wood. So length into breadth into height. So 4 centimeter into 6 centimeter into 8 centimeter. So 192 centimeter cube, and mass is given to 20 gram. Okay. So density is equal to mass per unit volume. So density of the piece of wood is equal to mass of the wood divided by volume of the wood. So 20 gram divided by 192 centimeter cube. So 0.104 gram per centimeter cube. So density of the piece of wood is 0.104 gram per centimeter cube. So this way you solve those numericals problem, and in my next video I will start relative density and other things. Okay, thank you students.